Sometimes I'm out there, I look around me and I think, this is where I want to be, you know. This is where I've always wanted to be. I'm not going to complain about it, I'm just going to get on with it.
Got as good a chance as any. Normally, I'm watching the quarterfinals back in the house, so it's nice to be watching the quarterfinals I've actually been in.
Technically, I'm definitely a lot better now than I was 10 years ago. I'm in the quarterfinal of the World Championships, so I'll be up for it.
Coming here I felt fresh, but not as much sharp as what I'd like to be, and I think that showed in my first two matches. Hopefully as the tournament goes on I can play a bit better.
The one thing I need to do is just keep my thinking still and thinking simply to play the shots.
Well, a lot better appearance than 2 years ago. To go on here, qualify and win 2 matches here is absolutely unbelievable.
Hello, big night here in Sheffield with the last 2 berths in the quarterfinals of this year's Betfred World Championship to be claimed, and some big names here to see it as well. Most notably, Danny Willett, Yorkshire's own Masters champion. And the green jacket winner was here to soak up all of the drama, and my goodness, there was plenty of that brewing in a match that we were all keen to enjoy between the pre-championship favourite Ronnie O'Sullivan under real pressure against Barry Hawkins. Well, it's the 3rd time that these two have met here in the last 4 years. The Rocket's always had it all his own way, but for once, Hawkins held the upper hand, leading 9-7 as the winning post came sharply into view. The first 4 frames of this evening were shared, so Barry 11-9 in front now, and it would quickly become 12-9 as Hawkins made a break of 94. Now, Barry has suffered some thumpings at the hands of O'Sullivan, most recently at the Masters final in January. But as he knocks in the remaining colours here, the Hawk, 3 in front with 4 to play, looked like he was on the verge of a first victory over his nemesis for the first time since 2002. So was the favourite O'Sullivan heading out of this year's championship, or was it time to cue another miracle comeback? Let's join them in frame 22. Hawkins to play, and it's all being watched by Willie Thorne and Terry Griffiths.
Left an easy pot off safety on. There's not a side on this. Oh, he's a bit lucky there. Caught it much too thin. The chance here, he can pot this red, swing over for the black into the same pocket. He needs to get his potting boots on. One.
Decided it was a little bit too risky to play for the black and played around 3 cushions. Blues okay, yellow's okay, green's okay, but when I say okay, not guaranteed to get position. Did well to straighten that cue ball up, played a lot of check side just to keep the white away from the cushion.
6. Seven.
He's been in the balls twice tonight in a situation like this and won the frames both times when he's been in and around the black spot area. A break of 93 in frame 17, a break of 70 in frame 19. Apart from that, no 30s, and that's been the big difference. That's why Barry Hawkins has won 3 of the 5 frames.
14. 15.
This looks like the most clear-cut opportunity that Ronnie Sullivan has had for a while. I always feel with the Reds are there that who are available to pot in the centre and the corners.
23.
He'd make the most of it, but he's made a mess of that. May still pot it and get on the red, but you're right to come out another 3 or 4 inches. Nicely played.
Just didn't quite get enough spin. You can see the little wry smile on his face there. Needed just that last little flick off the edge of the pack. Just catches that red full ball, and that takes the spin out of it. This is where being able to play with both hands is such a big advantage. If you'd been playing that shot with a spider, you wouldn't have fancied it.
31. $38. 39. 46. 47.
He's looking back now in full flow. He knows there's a great challenge in front of him, and he's up for it. He's not one to back off, Ronnie Sullivan. We're looking here to play near perfect snooker.
Facial expressions tells you he's up for the challenge. So only 3 more reds, the remaining 7 to make the frame safe.
$61.
Missed the kiss. Just played a little flick on that red to slow the cue ball down. We're still on this red.
68.
And that's
69.
ball. In a blink of an eye, just 5 minutes of playing time in this frame. Ronnie Sullivan secured the frame.
$76. 77. 84. 85.
88. Ronnie O'Sullivan's one behind John Higgins in the century department as far as this season's concerned, or this championship's concerned. This would be his 5th century of the tournament.
93. '98.
Just the blue for his 5th century and the 58th of this championship. Very, very good. And that ties the total from 2 years ago when there was only 58 tournament centuries.
104.
How many would it be this year, the way these guys are playing?
105.
We couldn't get 100, Terry, could we?
$110. 112.
This is a master at work, I must say. His poetry in motion, just to sit and watch this.
115.
Facing elimination from the tournament. He just needed one frame.
119.
The start of this. And Sullivan's come out with the best form he's shown so far in this match.
124. Ronnie O'Sullivan.
124 then from Ronnie O'Sullivan. He goes out together with Barry Hawkins, but he'll be happy he's pulled one back anyway. He's still 12. 10 down against Barry Hawkins. Hawkins needed 1, Sullivan needing 3.
2 frames the difference, and it's worth remembering that Ronnie won 4 in a row from a similar position just a couple of years ago to beat Joe Perry in this stage in the 2nd round. So he knows how it's done, and I'm sure Barry Hawkins will remember that as well. Real test of character and cueing for both men now as we go into frame 23.
That's very unlucky.
Foul. Ronnie O'Sullivan 4.
If ever a wobbled, it may have gone cross behind the green on the cushion, as it is now. Ronnie O'Sullivan's got ball in hand. Makes such a difference to the players. His bridge hand is on the table.
And he can play this as a shot to nothing for blue or colour. But all of a sudden, he's feeling confident enough to play for the black. That took some bottle. As you can see, he's very, very hampered. Don't know whether he can play it slow enough if he just rolls it in to remain on the red either side of the black. But he has.
Eight. Nine.
Barry Hawkins,
60.
of course, be sitting in his chair, starting to feel the pressure now.
70.
Sullivan started to play really well. He was unfortunate going off there. If he'd have wobbled that red, he'd have been okay, but just looks that Ronnie O'Sullivan's gone up quite a few gears from earlier on.
24. $25. 32. 33.
And if this was earlier in the match, you'd suggest that Ronnie O'Sullivan would be going for a 147 here, but this is too important to risk going for the max unless it's just presents itself.
$40. 41.
With Ronnie O'Sullivan just prior to the World Championship, and 3 times he made a 147. But of course, exhibition snooker is different to match snooker. We know he likes to go for them, but he's backed firmly against the wall.
48. $49.
Oh. That almost went wrong. He's quick, isn't he? The other thing, of course, is he's dominating table time now. Barry Hawkins has been sitting down there
56.
for 15 minutes without parting the ball. Just watching Ronnie O'Sullivan play
57.
so well. It's going to have an effect.
The kiss on the right-hand red, which is one he'll be playing, he's going to have to push through it. He needs a pacey kiss here. He's got it nicely. He might go for the 147 now, because then he needs 2 more reds
64.
to make the frame safe.
65. $72. 73.
I think the one just below the pink will possibly pot into the corner, so he may not have to play a kiss to get the 147
80.
here. Maybe had a pot individual reds, which in turn will move the
81.
reds into play. We'll know after this shot whether he feels he can get onto the one next to the pink. Needs a bit of help. I think he's okay.
88.
He thought he was in, but the 88 break was fabulous. Ronnie O'Sullivan still in this match. Barry Hawkins did nothing wrong in that frame, but Ronnie O'Sullivan's pulled one back. It's 12-11.
This is a quite superlative effort from Ronnie O'Sullivan, isn't it? Following that 1-2-4 in the previous frame with an 88 when it looked like he might be on for his 4th Crucible maximum here. But importantly, he's right on Hawkins' tail now, and Barry is reaching desperately for the line and trying very hard to make the most of this chance in frame 24.
Played the positive shot, playing a lot of side into
60.
the back at the pack. I think he's guaranteed to be on the one into the right corner. He's still on the one in the right corner, but you need a long rest, a spider. This isn't a nice one either. He's not sure he can get to the potting angle, and even if he could, it's a tough pot. Under this type of pressure, bridging over a red, this is very missable.
No, it's not there. And you have to feel a little sorry for Barry there. He played lots of good shots to keep that break going. The good news is he's not left anything easy.
Settle down, please. Thank you.
Boy, that was a lot more difficult than it looked.
Straight away from that shot there, you're going to get on a red by the black.
4.
Just superb down the side of the table. Red's really good positions. Yeah, there's pressure on him, but he loves it. I think Ronnie plays a lot better sometimes when he's in these
11.
type of positions in the big matches.
12.
Not perfect. There's 2 of the 4 reds pot, but as you can see they're all a little bit awkward. Can't get from the blue to the right hand side of the table. The red that's near the middle pocket looks very tight. That's the reason he's played the cannon. He's took a chance, and the chance has turned out to be perfect. That was a risk.
17. $25. 26.
He takes these remaining 3 loose reds. He'd be some 28 points in front, so we need that red that looks to be out of commission at the minute on the left hand side. Don't know whether if he gets directly behind it he can pot the red in the middle. This crucible crowd are witnessing a classic encounter. That looked to be a little wide, but it went in.
33. $34.
He's not sure whether this pots or not. He's got a perfect hand on the pink now to play at this time if he wants to, but if he feels it's dangerous, he'll leave it till last, because he'll be 28 points in front or something like that, so he might only need the red to win the frame. He's played for it, needs a bounce though. This from this angle, funny enough, is missable. He needed to be right behind
40.
this. In it goes. Ronnie O'Sullivan now favourite to win the frame. Only the real champions can come from 12-9 behind.
46.
Barry Hawkins has been a little bit unlucky, to be honest. He's
47.
The black we played this side into the bunch was brilliant, and to not get on a red nicely was unlucky. It's cost him this frame by the look of things.
Right, but still got to
53.
look at what Ronnie Sullivan's doing here. It's just excellent stuff.
54.
Extreme pressure.
Incredible performance. Every time he's got in, he's scored heavily in this last
61.
3 frames. And it doesn't seem 5 minutes ago we were saying that he's got to win the remaining 4.
63.
So quickly.
He didn't put a
Ronnie
lot of
O'Sullivan,
effort into the green, but he'd be
63.
happy enough. Barry Hawkins is still having a go here, but you feel at this stage Ronnie O'Sullivan 34 points in front, 25 left on the table. He's going to draw things level at 12 all.
And he did. From 9-12 behind, Ronnie has, quite unbelievably, forced what is the third final frame decider of this year's championship. And here it is.
Very well done. How's the cue ball? It's perfect. Ronnie is going to be at least 40 or 50 points behind in a few moments' time. That's all you ask for in a final frame to get a chance. Can he hold himself together and beat Ronnie O'Sullivan for the first time in 14 years at the biggest stage of all?
$15. $60.
If he clears up from the other and could give him the title, I mean, it's tremendous pressure. You can just feel it. It's so quiet. It's so important.
Bit of a bounce in his step as well. He knows where, when he does eventually break down, or
22.
if he does break down, he's going to have such a big lead where the Reds are.
23.
This is the first pressure shot because he's finished a little bit too straight on the black.
They're all pressure shots here. Even the easiest shot is pressure here.
30.
What Barry Hawkins can't do is like what the pressure does to you. It tries to. You try too hard on every shot.
31.
Takes special players to be calm out there in this type of circumstance. They've both been out there and done this type of thing before, but it's tough.
Very, very good. He's potted 16 out of 17 with the rest. That was by far the most important one.
36. $37.
This is remarkable. He's been kept off the table for the last 3 frames. He's seen his lead dwindle from 12-9 to 12-12. And now he's producing an excellent break just at the right time.
42. $43.
Ronnie may get back to the table before Barry's in a position where Ronnie needs snookers.
48.
There's 47 points in front, 48, 55. Needs at least 2 of the remaining tied up Reds.
49.
Play for the one that's nearest the left-hand pocket now and try and make sure he leaves an angle to be able to come back up for the blue or brown. Doesn't want to rest in between them. If it goes all the way, he's not on it. Ronnie O'Sullivan's going to come back to the table, albeit
56.
in almost an impossible position to win. If it's touching ball, that would be a result because he can get in behind the black. But I would imagine he'd try and push a colour safe as well here. Push the pink safe, get it on the side cushion.
Yep.
Just double checking that it's touching. Pink on the side cushion, white on the left hand side cushion. Ronnie O'Sullivan is in big, big trouble.
Barry Hawkins, 56.
Under the circumstances, one of the best breaks of the match. Well, that's brought two of the reds into play. Not too sure whether the red that's in the middle of the three on the left will cut past the other one. I can't quite tell from here. No, it doesn't. Barry doesn't want to bring reds off the cushion. He wants to leave them there. Could play a really thin one of the one that's just to the left of the brown. Put the white up near the pink. Looks like that's what he's going to play. This is a bit strange. I wouldn't be playing this one thin. Surprised at that one. I thought he'd have cut the other one, the one to the left of the brown, back at this end of the table.
Wow. Oh, and he's got the corner. He's on the black. Just nudged enough for the middle pocket, and he's perfect.
Well, if Ronnie O'Sullivan gets back into this frame and wins it, I believe in miracles where the balls are. You're trying to get big colours with these couple of reds so that when it gets down to the nitty-gritty with the two really, really safe reds, you don't have to get a big colour. Worth the risk, he thought. Where's the yellow going? It's still in play.
9.
Barry Hawkins now sitting there wondering.
$40.
That's amazing.
Ronnie O'Sullivan,
That
14.
should be the end of
Barry
match.
Hawkins, 4.
Didn't get the spin on. Well, I thought there was going to be a good chance there because the brown, as it was, you could have brought that other red into play that's next to the green. He's already knocked one red out. It's next to the yellow.
Barry feels this passes and he needs red and brown to leave Ronnie needing the snooker. A remarkable match this has been.
One.
Barry Hawkins as we've mentioned a few times, hasn't beaten Ronnie O'Sullivan for 14 years. We've had all the top seeds disappear so far, apart from world number 1, Mark Selby. That is the end of this match, and what an unbelievable match it's been. Ronnie O'Sullivan is so disappointed to have got himself back into it and played the one poor shot where he's winning off.
Come on, Barry. 6.
He will be buzzing inside, Barry. Undoubtedly the match of the championship so far.
10.
And the handshake comes. Barry Hawkins has done what he's not done for 14 years, beat Ronnie O'Sullivan on the biggest stage of all, the Crucible at Tennis Sheffield. He's such a lovely guy, loves the Crucible, 2 semi-finals and a final in the last 3 years. Who would not say he might even win it this year?
Oh, that was tough, really tough. He threw everything at me really today. I mean, I don't know how he thought he played, but over the first 2 sessions, he didn't really miss anything, and I was so pleased to still be in front, and I felt good. I didn't miss much at all really. So and my safety was really good, and I was creating chances that way. So yeah, to finally get one over on him after like 14 years or whatever it's been, and after my last couple of performances against him is. Yeah, so pleasing.
I just want to wish Barry, I want to say he played a fantastic match, and he deserved his win, and wish him all the best for the rest of the tournament. Yeah, it was hard because I felt like I was getting beaten to the punch a lot of the time. Unless I won it in one visit, you know, it was I was losing all of them frames. So you know, if I could have pinched a few of them, maybe it would have been a different story.
Yeah, good to hear from both Barry and Ronnie. As you remember, Ronnie didn't do any interviews after his first round victory last week, and he was warned for that by World Snooker. This is what he had to say on that topic.
I'm not going to go into detail, but let's just say out of something negative, I feel like something positive's come, and hopefully I can continue to play. You know, I'll be honest with you, I find the responsibility and the pressure that I put on myself and what the media put on me. The bookies, the media had already decided before I come here that I was going to win it, and sometimes that's a very difficult pressure to deal with, especially when you put a lot of expectation on yourself as well. So I don't always handle that well.
There you go, he'll be back. And so to the other match this evening, another real winner in show-stopping terms anyway, between the 4-times world champion John Higgins and a former semi-finalist here, Ricky Walden. The Scot had taken a 10-6 lead into the evening's final session, and the odds went with Ricky. It's now 11-8 to Higgins, and here's Walden leading by 10 points in frame 20. Commentary on this one from Stephen Hendry and John Virgo.
Take this opportunity to play an attacking safety. Really open the reds out, and if it gets a good white. Oh, well, that's unforgivable. That is gifting a chance to your opponent. And you can see as he sits down, I mean, to hit it that thin that you kiss into another red. Okay, this red wants some potting, and John Higgins has missed a few, but he's not going to keep missing everything.
No, he's got John Higgins at it at the moment, but he's letting him off the hook.
One.
It's not worked out great. He may have a red to the right middle.
8.
Well, that's an excellent shot. And when he knocks balls in like that, Stephen, you think, well, how can he miss blacks off the spot?
Yeah, I suppose you could say there wasn't the pressure on that one. Look where the cue ball is. Wasn't leaving a lot. It's a tricky black. At first glance, all he's got is a red up to the far right corner.
16.
If it's straight, he may be able to screw back for the black. Maybe not. Just off straight. So just stun for the green, or even up for the blue. I'd say just a little stun run through for the green to the left centre.
Yes, he played the run through and it was perfect to get a nice angle on the blue. Quick glance at the scoreboard, just 7 points in front.
$22. $23.
I'm watching Ricky Walden in his chair. Johnny's still shaking his head. He knows this is a frame he should have had to keep the pressure on, and it's slipping away.
Yeah, the most careless of safety shots, the trials and tribulations of a snooker player, encapsulated in that look at Ricky Walden.
I think you were thinking about more of the green off the spot he missed.
So 23 points to lead.
33.
3 reds, 3 pinks. We're putting 44 points in front with 43 remaining.
34.
Well, he's gone up for the blue. Overhit it. Came too thin on the blue, shake of the head.
39.
So, well, there may be a thin cut on, but if he hadn't been as thin on the blue, he could have just held it for the 2 reds to the left of the pink, swinging round of 2 cushions. There's this red cut. It's a thin one, and I don't necessarily see it as a shot where he could play the pot, and if he missed it, get the cue ball in a safe position. But it doesn't matter now because he potted it.
40.
Yeah, looks to have a good angle on the yellow. He's able to put the sound of the referee at the other table out of his mind there.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think the referee on the other side of the table should shout for order. The
42.
referee on this side should shout for order because he knows who's on the shot.
$43.
This black and 1 more red to get within 1 frame of a place in the quarter-final. see it, this
50.
red to go 41 ahead with 35 remaining.
51.
Well played. His brother thinks so.
$57.
Right in the heart of the pocket, so that means there'll be no return to the table for Ricky Walden, and he'll be ruining some of the chances he's had in these first 4 frames of this very important final session.
65.
And still shaking his head, as well he might.
$67. $70. $74. $79. $85.
Well, that was superb from John Higgins, and he makes his way to the dressing room. Ricky Walden will be very disappointed he didn't take advantage of some of the situations. The fact is, John Higgins is now 4 frames in front, but more importantly, just 1 frame away from a place in the quarter-final. He leads 12-8.
And the Scot duly tied it up in the next. Looked all set for his 6th century of the week.
99.
This one was to fall just short. I'm sure he won't mind, though. Don't forget, the last 3 times Higgins has made it to the quarters, he's gone on to win this title, most recently in 2011. And so at the age of 40, Higgins through to his 12th quarter-final here. And after 10 days of play, this is our lineup. It's an all-Scottish contest. McManus against Higgins. Ding Junhui against Mark Williams, back in the last 8 after 5 years. Marco Fu plays a jubilant Barry Hawkins, whilst quarter-final new boy Kyran Wilson meets world number 1 Mark Selby. Well, there's more in Snooker Extra and Crucible Classics throughout the night, but we better get some sleep because quarterfinals day is almost upon us. 10 a.m. is our restart, but what a wonderful night of sport we've had here in Sheffield. Good night.